Trading the Jeep Gladiator for the two-door Jeep Wrangler. And what's up with the hair? Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive JT. So the big question, and I've thought about this if I'm being honest, would I trade the Jeep Gladiator for the two-door Jeep Wrangler? You know, we have one here, but it is my wife's. It's not mine. I don't drive it. She drives it exclusively. So I'm going to talk about that for a minute. I'll give you the short answer right now, and that is absolutely not. Well, I don't think so. But let's talk about the hair. I get a lot of questions about the hair. Did you know I even got accused of wearing a toupee? A toupee? If you knew me very well, then you would know I could care less about hair. I would be quite happy if it all just fell out. But you see, last year at the end of the year, and talking with my mom and my wife, I told them I'd let it grow. I was going to let it grow for a whole year, and that's what you've seen in some of the videos. That was since December 31st of last year. Gotta say, it was driving me insane. And in all honesty, if you look at the top, right up here, you see I got a little spot. Well, I don't dig that. Don't really care, except when you let it grow long, it just accentuates that. I don't think it looks good. So cut it all off. I think it looks better this way, even though everybody else I know hates it. But anyway, that's what's going on with the hair. No, I do not wear a toupee. Jeez, there's no way I'd screw with something like that. I hate messing with stuff like that in the first place. So let's get to the real topic here. Enough of this beauty talk. Trading the Jeep Gladiator for the two-door Wrangler. Absolutely not. I wouldn't do it, but I have thought about it because I really do like the Jeep Wrangler, the two-door. I think it's an awesome looking vehicle. I love the size. It can be fun to drive, but not most of the time. So here are the reasons why I would not. Number one, the space. There is no space in the Jeep Wrangler two-door. I mean, you can sit in the driver's seat. You can reach everything. That's kind of nice. But if you need to put anything in it, like maybe a box, you know, a while back, somebody sent me a cold air intake, a subscriber to try out. They didn't like it. They weren't going to use it. So they sent it to me. We took the Jeep, my wife went with me to the post office, we picked it up, and it was in a box about yay big, pretty decent sized box. And I had thought I could put it in the back. Well, it didn't fit there, it was too big. And then I thought, well, I'll put it in the back seat. Well, that was a chore. I had to jam it in there because it was so big it wouldn't fit in between the seat and everything else. Now, had we had the top off, it would have fit. I could have just thrown it in, you know, over the side. But I was very disappointed that I couldn't fit something like that. It was just a cold air intake, man. It wasn't some great big giant, you know, TV or Christmas tree or something. No space. There's no space in the Jeep Wrangler. That's a definite no for me. Sometimes, you know, we'll have somebody else with us or whatever, and it's nice to be able to fit them in the back. You ever tried to crawl in the back seats of a two-door Jeep Gladiator? You better be about 20 years old because it takes a lot of maneuvering. Number two, the ride quality. It's horrible. You know, it's a shorter wheelbase, it's a higher center of gravity, you bounce all over the place, and it loves to ride the cup of the road. So if you're on a road that has a pretty severe cup in it, you know, the center's higher than the edges, it wants to do this, and you're constantly steering. I don't like that. I like, especially on a longer trip, just to have a nice smooth ride. I don't want to be fighting the road the whole time. And what about the suspension? Now, full disclosure, we do have a lift on our Jeep Wrangler, or her Jeep Wrangler. Better get that right. It's a 3-inch lift, I believe, if I recall. Well, that stiffens everything up. And we do have a little bit more aggressive, heavier tires on it. That makes the ride a little worse. So it's probably not a real fair comparison. But I've had 3 or 4 other Jeeps in the past, two-doors. And they were always rough. They were stock. They just don't have that nice, smooth ride quality that the Jeep Gladiator has. I like it a heck of a lot better, especially if you're gonna be in it for a while. We took a Jeep Gladiator on a 19-hour one-way trip, and it was fine. I couldn't imagine doing that in a two-door Jeep Wrangler. It would be horrible. Number 3, the handling. The Jeep Gladiator just handles better, corners better, feels better, changes lanes better, takes curves better. Everything is just better. You know, a long time ago on my way to work, I think I've told this story before, I almost rolled a Jeep Wrangler two-door. I hit some dry pavement coming off of sliding wet pavement, and the thing went up on two wheels. Boom, boom. That was scary, hit my head. That will never leave my mind. I always think about that on the rare occasion that I do jump in the wife's two-door and take it for a ride. Number 4, the bed. I mean, where are you going to put your stuff in the Jeep Wrangler? The dirty stuff, the two-door Wrangler. You know, I don't want to be trying to throw bags of mulch or flowers or rocks or dirt or whatever in the back of the Jeep Wrangler. You know, I've sold some mods on the channel before, some things that I've taken off or maybe I've tried out and gotten rid of. They wouldn't fit anywhere in the Jeep Wrangler. I'd have to rent a trailer or something. Fortunately, I do have a Hyundai Santa Cruz with a bigger bed on it. Still, it's not huge, so I could put things in there. But if the Jeep Wrangler was my only vehicle, oh, and don't forget the Toyota Tacoma, it has an open bed as well. But if the Jeep Wrangler was my only vehicle, it'd be horrible. I'd have to buy a trailer or something, or worse yet, rent or pay somebody to haul stuff. No way. Love having the bed. Number 5, and this kind of ties in with everything, well, at least the bed, and that's versatility. The Jeep Gladiator is a much more versatile vehicle than the Jeep Wrangler is. It has the bed, as I mentioned, I can haul the dirty bits. It has 4 doors with a decent rear seating area. I can haul people around if I want. It's comfortable. It gets maybe a hair better gas mileage, strangely enough, than my wife's Jeep Wrangler two-door does. It's just a much more versatile vehicle for everyday use, maybe even as a daily commuter, and you can still take the top off if you want. So it's equal as far as that goes in comparing it with the two-door, in my case, soft top Jeep Wrangler. You can see it sitting right here behind me. Now, I mentioned in the beginning, to be honest, I have considered it. I really do like the Jeep Wrangler. I think it's fun to drive at certain times. But again, it's nothing that I would want to kick around in as a daily commuter or as my only vehicle. So if I ever had a Jeep Wrangler, you know, one that people would let me drive, I would have to have something in addition to it as a daily driver or maybe even as a people hauler to be a little bit more comfortable. So, am I trading in the Jeep Gladiator for the two-door Jeep Wrangler? Heck no, there's no way I'd do that. I've mentioned on the channel before about how much I love the Jeep Gladiator, and honestly, I can't imagine not having one. There will always be a Jeep Gladiator sitting in my driveway. It might not be the same one as the one that I have now, but there'll always be one in some configuration sitting here. Leave a comment, let me know. If you've had a two-door Wrangler before, did you really like it? I mean, really? Is it something that you still have and you swear by it? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about my Toyota Tacoma and Toyota Tacomas in general. And Rob Motive MT, all about mini trucks. Currently a 2022 Hyundai Santa Cruz. Just got that for the channel a few weeks ago. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.